What's up, guys? I'm Tim Gettys. Here is Greg Miller.
Hey!
We're playing a little bit of that Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
The best Metal Gear game of all time. The greatest game of last generation.
Very debatable.
Not a debate.
If you want to know why, there's no debate in Greg's mind of why this is the greatest game of last generation. We're doing a little something special, a little video game book club.
This is the next inductee in the Kinda Funny Games video game book club. It's real simple. You guys play through it on your own right now. You enjoy Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker on whatever platform you can. Then you come over to twitch.tv/kindafunnygames on June 3rd at 4 p.m. Pacific time. We will discuss it with the kids who supported us on Patreon to get into the discussion. You'll be in the chat. We'll all talk about why Peace Walker is the best Metal Gear game of all time. If you can't be there, of course, on June 3rd at 4 p.m., we'll post it on youtube.com.
That'll be great. That'll be great. There's a lot of places you can get this game too. You can get it on PSP, where it originally you can get it into. I'm just gonna talk.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to point out, like, I'm always very proud of the fact that I put 99 hours into this game. This save is sadly only 62 hours. This is my 62-hour save from the PlayStation. If you remember when they did the whole thing of, like, you can import your save, transferring and all that jazz, we weren't sure if it was going to lock you out, so I only sent over my baby save for some IGN features. Got it. So my 99 is still on my PSP Go. Letting you know I'm not full of crap. I've just played.
You got 99 hours, Greg.
But a bitch ain't one.
It's true. So you can get this game on the PSP, where it originally came out.
Right.
You can get it, the PSP version, on the Vita.
Yes.
You can get this in the Metal Gear Solid HD collection on the PS3.
And that's what we're playing on because it's superior, because it has trophies.
Yes.
And that's why they need to re-release it for Vita as the HD version with trophies, so I can get trophies in it.
It's upsetting they didn't do that, because there's also the Metal Gear Solid Legacy collection, which is essentially just the HD collection with more. That's also on the PS3.
Right.
But then there's the Metal Gear Solid HD collection on Vita that curiously does not have this game. Yeah. It's just Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. Yeah. And I think they did that because you can get the PSP version.
It was a bunch of rigmaroles. Right now you see I'm jumping in. Of course, you thought this was just a Metal Gear game where you run around shooting, being a robot guy. You were wrong. That's not at all what's happening here. You recruit people out in the field that you bring in and put into Mother Base. You're building Mother Base. You're building what will become Outer Heaven. Sunfish. Yeah, these are their code names. What's that? How do you think?
Hyman.
Yeah, there you go. So I have 9 new members in the unit. You can see I can click around here, see where they all came in. They all come in and they're just whatever. It's my personnel thing. But, so yeah, 62 hours in. I clearly have done a lot in this game. The missions are over here, but why Peace Walker was so great in terms of a portable game, a PSP game, was the fact of all the other stuff you got to go do. So you could jump in, right, and then like there's delivery in case we're playing with other people on PSP. You can go into Outer Ops, right? Spoiler alert for this game, you're building your own Metal Gear. You get Zeke up there, you can see him flashing around. And then you send them out on missions you don't actually play. So you're like, oh, I want everybody to go capture it. I can put in Zeke, I can say, okay, sure, send Zeke out there. All right, great, he's already dispatched because I wasn't paying attention. I got all these things. I can drop characters in here. I say, okay, I want to send out just my dudes right here, my combat unit that I see out.
Beetle. Can you send out Beetle?
I can send out Beetle. He's ranked A. You see how I've already sorted them, of course, by right there by the bullet. That means by how they fight.
Obviously, S rank, top rank,
the best superior rank. Right. So you send them out there, and you go, okay, sure, send out a mech too if I got some mechs in there. Yeah, I got a new Lob G. The Lob G, of course, is impressive because I captured that in the game. You can replay the same missions here, so when you'd fight the Lob G, when you'd fight the helicopter, when you fight the tank, you'd go fight them, destroy them, take them out, and like the level of damage you did, you then took over, and then you'd have to repair them based on what damage you had done. So you try to go through and not take them out in a violent way, that way you get them. Same thing with Zeke. If you want the Metal Gear to be better, you can go back to when you fought the other robots. You go and take their AI course. You start building out the Metal Gear you wanted. It was super nerdy.
I love it.
Now, this was something that really mattered for me in terms of the PSP version. This is the recruit feature, right? So imagine little Greg Miller.
Yes.
Back when this game
Greg Miller.
He's got this thing called the PlayStation PSP.
Portable.
Yeah, I know. It's
the most important video game system of all time.
What you would do is you would go and you would ping Wi-Fi as you went, and it would say we found, like it's just making up people it's finding or whatever, and then you would go in and beat them into being part of your team. And that was one of the things. You had to go in there, subdue them, make them come join your team.
It's like Pokemon.
Exactly, and that's what it's like in the missions too. If you didn't want to do it this way, you get special things for pinging different people. This is just kind of the boring one or whatever, right? Because I've obviously already come through this. I don't know if you know this. I'm not pinging anyone right now because there's no other Wi-Fi around me on my PS3. Let's see. I just use my CQC. I'm gonna beat this guy up. Hold on.
Close quarters combat.
Yeah, there you go. Take him out.
Eventually, that was pretty violent. So here's my thing, Craig.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid, one of my favorite game series of all time.
Yeah, of course.
This game is a perfect example of what I don't want from a Metal Gear Solid game. It blows my mind that you say that this is your favorite and that you think this is the best game last generation. Yeah. And here's the thing. Having said all of that, I totally get it.
Yeah.
And I totally understand it. how deep you are into this, and the 99 hours plus 60 hours plus God knows how many more you will eventually put into this game. I get it when you get into all that stuff and you accept that it's nerdy and you accept that there's all these like deep mechanics that you got to get into. To me, I look at this and I'm like, this is scary. I don't want any part of this.
But see, like did you play this one? I'm sorry.
This one I played maybe the first like 5 hours of, and I was just like,
see, I'm jumping you into 60 hours later, right? Well, none of this shit's unlocked. Like my base is just, when you first start, right, is just one little hexagon or whatever, right? Where you then, you know, build out and you do things and you make a mother base that'll eventually become Outer Heaven, which will eventually be. When you start, right, you just click over to mission selector and you're into missions. Like you're just going through a story, and as you go, that's when things start unlocking, and slowly but surely, it's like, okay, you can recruit guys here. Okay, you've got a Metal Gear. Okay, go do, like, this is just a normal story mission, right? So you come in, and Miller's talking to you, of course, giving you the lowdown of what's happening. We'll skip it, though. And then, of course, there it is.
Still just a kid.
The heavenly sounds of one David Hayter. God damn it, rest in peace. He's not dead, he's just not Snake anymore. Now it's Kiefer Sutherland. So I'm happy for you 24 fans. But, like, so you jump into a mission here, and even this wasn't unlocked, obviously, to begin with either. I could host. You could play with me. We could go out and procure things together.
I remember this was a big thing with Peace Walker.
Yeah, the co-op.
I remember when Peace Walker, the first couple trailers came out, there was so much hype about this game of like, what's it gonna be? Is it Metal Gear Solid 5? Like, what's going on? And the first trailer blew my mind.
Right.
Like, I was like, I am so ready for this. There was that song playing that was like what I do like about the old school Big Boss Metal Gear games. So like the 3, Peace Walker, and now 5, they have a very old school James Bond feel. With the, wow, that was quite the timing there.
You like that?
They all have the theme songs. You know, you got Snake Eater. You got even in the Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer we saw at E3 last year. There was like some overly dramatic. Same singer, Donna Burke, singing all of this stuff.
Right, that's how they got to do it.
And this one had some game called Heaven's Divide, and I was sold. I was like, this is fucking epic, and this is gonna be the best Metal Gear game ever. And then at the end of the trailer, you saw the 4 snakes. Together.
Oh, right. Everybody's like, what does that mean?
Like, oh my god! And then, then the game was like hard to play without your friends.
It wasn't hard to play. No, even that you're a pussy and you don't know how to do it. Like you get in there and you fight, man. You learn how to play games. Look at the now I'm just taking these guys out, so I have them now for my mother base. Collecting all my. This is also the one that introduced like, oh, like you collect this stuff, right? And eventually I'm gonna be full up on ammo, and it'll automatically send it to mother base. So I had it. Now, I was just giving you a hard time about being a pussy. You're not a pussy.
Oh no! Again, I didn't even get that far to fight a boss. So
really?
I'm just talking about like what everyone else says about
then you are a pussy if you're letting that scare you off. No, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. The boss battles would be tough, but they weren't. I never ran into one where it was like I'm never gonna be able to beat this on my own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you develop your own strategy and you come in and you team up with other people, and it definitely obviously speeds it up. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's not what turned me off to the game. What turns me off is, and I've said this before, but as much as I love Metal Gear, I love the Solid Snake stuff. Like, I love the from 1998 on storyline. Sure. So Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 4, and all this like Cold War stuff and like the wars and stuff. I wasn't into the jungles. I wasn't into the like you need.
But see, like that's what I loved about this one is because I'm with you in the way that I was a Solid Snake guy. Metal Gear Solid 3 for me was a huge turnoff. It really did not work for me. I did not like how open the environment. Not how open the environments were, but by the fact that they were spread out. You're in the jungle, but you couldn't go everywhere, which then made it like, well, I'm not in the jungle. I'm clearly being
like quasi-linear.
Exactly. And so. What I like about Peace Walker is the fact that it's built to be portable. The missions are designed to be replayed and go back and learn them and get really, really good at them. And then the story's really good. There's all that other stuff added on to it to you know make you want to keep playing and make you keep picking it back up.
Now, what I do think is really cool about this game, from a story perspective, is that you don't need to know the other Metal Gears for it to be a good story.
Yeah.
It's really just like essentially a rescue mission.
Right. What I always talk about, it's more of an exploration mission, right? What I always talk about is the fact that I love that we never, you know, when we do the top 25 lists at IGN, right, and me and Colin would make sure that Metal Gear Solid 4 did not get put on PS3s. My reasoning, right, was always the fact that, oh shit, I might actually get over there. Not yet. I love when you hit them in the back with a dart and they're just like, oh, interesting. No, that, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 is not a mission you're going to be able to be like, or a game you're going to be able to jump right into and be like, oh, I get exactly what's happening here. Shit, I fucked it up. Always the way, you know, you're out here doing Let's Plays, talking to Tim, getting it caught up, getting riled up in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Just walking around in all this mud.
There you go.
That's my thing, man. I often think about this, like walking around in mud and stuff. I would hate it. It would drive me absolutely nuts.
If you were what? If you were like
anybody.
Snake or
Snake,
anybody involved in this mission?
Snake right now, what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
I
it'd be a nightmare.
Live with myself.
No, I'd be a total nightmare. You don't want to do this life.
Yeah, last week I was watching
tortured for no reason.
this little TV show called Game of Thrones.
Heard of it?
And one of the characters was like getting into a boat and like a rowboat and like walks in the water and is like lifting another character in. And I'm just like, then he just gets in the boat and starts rowing. I'm like, how cold are you? How wet are you? How uncomfortable are you right now?
Yeah. But no, so Metal Gear Solid 3 I felt, deviated from what I liked. Metal Gear Solid 4 was trying to tie it up. And then Peace Walker I felt, is this self-contained story, right? Of, all right, even if you knew nothing, you start the game and you're like, I know that I'm this super soldier. That's cute. I know that my mentor I killed in the last game. Spoilers in case you didn't know, which would be bullshit. And now you know there's this guy showed up and he's got this tape deck and it's your mentor's voice that you killed. And he's like, that's from 2 days ago or whatever. And you have to be like, well, fuck, I got to go find out what's happening, right? And so that's what you do here. It's a mission I think that's easy enough to wrap your head around outside of like the
I have played this.
Well, yeah, but I
played this part at least.
I mean, like, if you want to knock it, one of the problems. Damn, I'm off today. I'm not gonna blame anything. What the fudge?
Uh-oh.
That wasn't. Was I tagging him or not? Weird.
One of the things you don't like.
I can see like you come back to the same environments for different missions a lot.
Oh,
so you've seen this environment, sure. I don't know if you've seen this mission.
Yeah,
you know
well,
what
I mean, again, PSP limitations. Like, I don't blame them too much. I mean, first off, how crazy is it that we even got a true Metal Gear game on the PSP?
Right.
Especially after getting so much fucking weird stinkers. Acid 2, Portable Ops.
You know what kids love? They love them card games.
Oh my god.
Somebody else is coming out too. Not using my radar, not using anything, just out here being Snake in a tuxedo.
Do 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 do.
Do do do. What is it? What? Huh?
What happened?
Oh shit, caught in the log. You can tell I'm rusty.
So you must be super excited for Metal Gear Solid 5.
Tentatively, yes. I've talked about it before, that after coming off of Peace Walker and seeing everything I saw for Ground Zeroes, I was like, Ground Zeroes is HD Peace Walker, I'm so in, I'm going to be in love. And then I got it, and it was like, ooh, like, it didn't click for me, and it was hard to play, and I wasn't, what is going on today?
It's so weird. I loved Ground Zeroes. Like, it clicked for me in a way that this one didn't, and it might just be the environment. It might simply just be the fact that it's not in a jungle.
Mm. The thing was, it's just the game. Like here, I understand all the mechanics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Somebody see something. Oh, this guy over here, right? I understand all the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Ground Zeroes, I felt like when I first started, I didn't. You know what I mean?
There's a lot to take in, yeah.
And so that's why
I felt that way with 4 too for a
getting
while.
Getting back on track.
Like figuring out how to do the active camo and like all that other stuff was
Right.
a little much, and like whatever the hell the guy that sold Drax.
Drebin points.
Drebin, yeah. That's
his monkey man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm the monkey. You want some soda? And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? That was the thing. Is that this one got, it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted a Metal Gear that was about the mission, about the weapon, about recruitment, about, you know what I mean? Like, it's so easy. I'm Big Boss, and I'm building Outer Heaven, even though I don't know it at the time, right? I'm building the military without borders and such.
Yeah, see, I guess that's the thing.
I can't believe how badly I'm doing today, guys.
More than anything, I just want another Metal Gear Solid 1. Like, I want another here's a tight mission, here's a tight story, and just, here it is.
Right.
And I feel like this kind of was that, but then it's like, not that at all, because it also has all these other things. And I'm like, I don't want those things. I don't even have to do them, but it's like, it's distracting to see all these like numbers popping up every time you pick up one of the millions of items that fall.
I want you to know that before I haven't played Peace Walker in a long, long time, and so I went to make sure it was all updated. Ran through this mission, didn't get discovered once, got everybody in headshots, and of course now we're doing a video, and I'm like, well, I
do like this stuff though.
The Fulton Recovery?
Yeah.
That's in in
Ground Zeroes.
Yeah, and it's a big part of Phantom Pain. And so the people who have talked to me about Ground Zeroes, where I'm like, I didn't understand, I didn't get the mechanics. It was almost too real. I make the joke all the time on Colin Moriarty Live, right? That leading into Phantom Pain for Ground Zeroes, I'm going to play Ground Zeroes it's the only game I'm going to play in August, outside of things we do for Let's Plays or whatever, getting ready for September's Metal Gear. And I keep making jokes that I'm just going to lie in the weeds and figure out for a week and memorize all the enemy headers because that's it. Now this is the other part of Peace Walker, the way the story was told. Woo. These cutscenes, the way they had this awesome voice acting cast. Like,
now what I did do, Greg.
Yeah.
I went on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
And I just watched all these.
Oh right, because they're amazing. And that's what blew my mind about when we saw Ground Zeroes for the first time and then playing Ground Zeroes is that don't get me wrong, this was a successful game, but it wasn't a juggernaut success where everybody played it, right? How many Metal Gear fans do I meet that are like, I love Metal Gear 2, and I'm like, Peace Walker's the best one, right? Like, I haven't played that one. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have a PSP, I had this excuse, I had that excuse. So you'd expect for them to gloss over, Paz and Chico and all these different people. And they're like, no, you play Ground Zeroes, and if you don't know them, you are fucked. You don't understand. And I love that, because that's a reward to people like me that, like, not are like, people like me who think this is the best game of all time or whatever, but people like me who are super into this lore in this world, right? And that's what it's all about. Like, I like that part. And I'm glad they stuck with that. I'm glad, I know that probably wasn't a popular decision, you know what I mean? But also, I don't know how many people are talking to Kojima and saying, rein this part of the story back. Because I feel like probably in pre-production of Metal Gear Solid 2, most people were like, whatever the fuck you want, man, because none of this shit makes any sense. You're telling me we're going to handcuff Snake at the end, he's just going to break the handcuffs and then jump in the water and that's the end? And then Rose and Jack show up? I don't know. Does it make sense, Tim?
Total sense. Absolute sense. I will say, with Metal Gear Solid 2, for as little sense as that fucking game made when we first played it, even for the 10th time, there are people that have theories, and there's YouTube videos explaining what the story actually meant and why decisions were made. That I'm like, whoa. If half of this is true, Kojima is a
But look at him walk away. Look at these animated comic strips.
It's good.
It's amazing.
There's a motion graphic of Metal Gear 1 and 2. It's cool.
Yeah, no, it's real cool.
It was on the PSP.
Yep, I remember.
That was fun. I like that.
But what I loved about this one was the integration, right? Like, how many people turn off subtitles, right? And then you get lost. The story gets lost when you play a portable game. But like here, they're giving you a portable game that is a comic book. So this is why you have subtitles all the time, and they're not intrusive, and they work, and they're really pretty and really. I always think about it. Like, if I was to get a gaming tattoo, I think I'd lean towards like the Peace Walker insignia or the Military Without Borders or whatever. Like, I just love how this looks, and like that. It's one of the many reasons I love this game so much. You know what I mean? And then the fact that I'll skip this. And we'll jump into one of the one of the animated cutscenes where you have to do something, right? So there's these horrible fucking robots that are all over the place. You got to get up here, get out there, shoot at them. You can fail these, you know what I mean? You can shoot wide, you can be too late and stuff like that. But like, it was one of those things where even when you're watching a cutscene, which we all know Kojima loves, especially in the Metal Gear franchise, right? Even when you're watching a cutscene, you need to be ready for something to pop up. Because this, I skip to it obviously, but if you're watching, it pops up seamlessly that all of a sudden, oh shit, I got to do something. And there's plenty of times I failed in the beginning, right? Now, this guy here, I'm going to shoot him. He's one of the big boss robots, right? I'm gonna it's gonna look like I'm gonna hit him right in his AI core, but it's gonna go wide. What you need to know is later on, all of these big boss enemies right there, big boss, they have those AI cores. Those are what you're fighting. Those are what you break down and then get into and start stealing out the things.
Chico!
He won't survive the fall.
Out of my way!
She loves her brother.
Better for him to die at the hand of a compa than suffer their torture. Stay here.
The best, man. Like, Colin always talks about music and shit and like video game music. These guys are the music. La 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 la. Fucking singing so happily while they fucking eviscerate you or hunch you or just like you hear that fucking sweet song as they roll in. You're like, oh fuck, I am not prepared. I did not do this. But that was the other thing that this did so well is that this was the game that stole, if you will, like the Monster Hunter vibe for me in the fact of you'd get to these things, you'd hear that thing, oh my god, I'm going up against the boss, and the mission ends. And the next mission is its own mission about the enemy. And this was something brilliant that was always overlooked, right? So yeah, this is our first introduction to the character, I'm skipping it. But you saw it earlier, I was toying around, we were just talking about it. When we eventually get back to Mother Base here, so we go to Mother Base, gives me the rundown of everybody went to. I could go in and I can briefly show you how to adjust everybody. But when you're like, okay, the next fight is one of the boss missions. Oh shit, I didn't even show this. There's an R&D thing where you're over there and you're putting your resources into making better weapons and all this stuff. Like again, it's slowly given to you, Tim.
Yeah.
It's not, but you jump into weapons and you're like, okay, like see, you can spend points and it's like, all right, yeah, I want to do this, and so it's gonna take you this long and this many points, and you see all the goddamn points I have up there just because I've been playing for 60 hours and recruiting all these people.
Yeah.
So there you go. They're working on a twin barrel stun gun, I think, or shotgun. I wasn't paying attention. Anyways, you hop into mission selector, right? we just did this mission that now leads up to the boss. And this is what was one of the things that I thought was so brilliant about this game, is that there'd be the days, right, where it was like, okay, I know that this is the boss fight next, this lava thing, right? So I'd start this mission, skip past all this junk. They warn you it's an armored vehicle, all this stuff, so that's when they're like, you might want backup. But if you jump into mission prep, right? So all of a sudden you're like, well, no, like I've been out there in the sneaking suit because I was sneaking. I'll be jumping into the battle suit, so I'm armored.
What about the swim trunks?
I can put in swim trunks, yeah. I can be like, I don't want my stun weapons at all. I can jump in. I only, like, you prepared for the battle you were going into.
Yeah.
So, like, when I would jump into missions and be like, all right, I am just out there to recruit people, right? I'm just out there to fuck around.
What's the
or
leaf
whatever.
Suit?
It's just, a lot of them look exactly the same.
Oh,
It's,
man,
it's
I
the
thought
camo
it was
kind.
just a leaf.
No, I can give you, like, yeah, like, did you see the swimsuit one?
Well, I saw there was an option somewhere.
I wasn't paying attention. It's been a long time since.
There you
swim
go.
trunks.
Yeah.
Look at that snake ass. No ass, actually, which is interesting. But no, you jump in and you put, you're equipping for what you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's like there'd be so many times where it's like, I'm just going after for Fulton recoveries. I know that I don't need guns to kill or anything like that. Like, I'm just going in to knock people out. And like, that was that's why this game, I haven't gone through and, platinumed it or gotten a lot of trophies in the PS3 version, because as much as I love it, it's still not the version I fell in love with. I fell in love with PSP, and I feel like if they would put it on Vita, then I would put a whole another 100 hours into it. But the fact that I can't ping while I'm on like at the airport or whatever and get new characters, the fact that this is, I'm sitting down to play something I want to get lost in, giant missions with all this stuff or whatever. It's just not the same as it was back then. But then there was versus ops to go play other people. There was, you could trade staff even, not even like stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is when you jumped in and built your own. Oh, he's already out on the mission. Sorry, but you build your own guy. Like
Zeke.
you jump
Where's
in and
Zeke?
you look at your staff and like, you're recruiting these people, and then you have to go through and be like, well, God, these guys, right now it's, I think, ranked the opposite way, right? So like, this guy sucks at combat, but what's he good at? And you go through and it's like, well, he's kind of shitty at everything. So I could send him out to be a human shield or whatever, or I could kill him as Kevin does, cut him loose. But like, yeah, you see, like, you have all this different things. Like,
Dalmatian.
Yeah, well,
I love their names.
Yeah, the names were great, right? Whatever. But you go through and you have all these different people to do.
Scorpion fish. Motherfucking scorpion fish.
Motherfucking scorpion fish. Why am I not? I can't remember how to. Who did that thing? What?
My God.
I feel like I'm getting. It's got to be reversed. How do I unreverse it? That's a question for another day. There's an A. Interesting. They're on the waiting room. But like, so I have this guy who's an A right at combat.
Yeah.
So I would take him and drop him in the combat unit. And then, you go through and do this micromanagement stuff, which again isn't for everybody.
This game is so weird, Greg, because Squirrel. During this Let's Play, it's so weird how I don't think there's ever been a time that in one Let's Play I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking sold. I want to play this. Holy shit, I want nothing to do with this.
No.
Like when it got through when the cutscene was playing, I was like, fuck, maybe I should play this game. Like maybe I should get. And then you went back to this. I'm like,
but here's the thing: is like, this isn't something you need.
I
totally
get that. I totally get that. I mean, there's a mega mouth shark, so I mean, it is slowly winning me back.
If you want to play it for the book club, we can play it together. And I can start. First off, my whatever level I am right now in the game or whatever, how great my snake is, 60 hours in.
We have 313% food, so you're doing okay.
I see my food team, my mess hall team here is top notch. You look, I see it was reversed. Look at all the S rank food guys I got, and all these A rank food guys. It's all about just managing your team, putting them in the right spots. That's why everybody's great. You look at the medical team, a bunch of C listers here. Then you got a bunch of Bs,
Anaconda,
a bunch of As.
Don't want
I
none.
should. Oh, I forget. Hideo Kojima's in this. I recruited him. I forget what he's under, though. If he was good at tech, it doesn't matter. You can get Kojima. It's great. It's really funny. You throw open the thing of the truck. It's Kojima-san. But that breaks my heart that I've done. That it's just. I gotta fucking drop somebody, or we can't leave the screen because we're over people. But I don't want you to feel that way. I don't want you to.
Yeah, I know. It's.
I want you to like it. Discharge. Get out of here.
Yeah. I want to like it too, Greg.
But you don't.
Fired.
So you get like when you
Wait,
fire
you
somebody.
just fire someone?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna make the joke.
Kojima, bring David Hayter back to whatever your next game is. But yeah, I mean, you're breaking my heart by saying you don't like it. That sucks.
Yeah, I'm a heartbreaker.
It's okay.
That was one of the names of your guys.
Probably. I
Heartbreaker.
bet it was. I'm not gonna.
It was.
No,
but
Peace Walker I think is a great game. There's a million things to do. You can play it forever. These are the extra ops, the target practice. This is searching for co-ops. This is just watching the cutscenes. Going through and doing this stuff. And yeah, it was just such a great game.
yeah.
One of the many reasons I loved my PSP so much. Many, many reasons. why I
Many,
love
many,
movies.
many, many reasons.
I'm trying to find.
Some more illegal than others.
True. Hold on now. Let's look through here real quick. Here's these hunting quests, of course, are the Monster Hunter stuff. But there was a date with Paz. I can't remember where that was. You'd like that. We'll take it.
Oh, I like that.
Let's see if I gotta remember where that is, though.
Well, we don't want to show too much of this game, Greg. People need to experience this for themselves.
Nobody's gonna see this. Nobody's gonna play this.
Okay, so far. Still shot.
It's like it's one of those things. Played for the game, sure, but like the date with Paz is a few dozen hours in. I'm not too worried about throwing anybody. So here, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get up here. Get up here. This will be the last thing we do.
Okay.
Gonna come here.
Well, obviously go naked.
No, we're gonna put on a tuxedo. We gotta impress Paz. You kidding me?
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
Is that really a thing?
Yeah. Don't you want to impress her?
I mean, I don't see the impress stat.
It's there. All right. Don't worry about it. Oh, I gotta. Oh, okay, just tell me I can't use that.
Man, you're showing up in helicopter. Like, imagine showing up.
I'm
to a
big
date.
boss. How do you think I roll?
I
don't ride up in my dad's Accord.
I mean, Otacon just drives you in. Have a nice time, Snake.
That's your Otacon impression.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh shit. Oh wait, no.
Now I haven't.
No.
I haven't played this in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's.
She has this whole like schoolgirl thing going on. We got the love box, popping out the love box. Can I ask you a question, Greg?
Room for one more?
Yes. This is the date?
Yeah.
That quick?
Well, I mean, again, there's been dozens of hours. Dozens of hours were spent.
I like this game a lot, but is she legal?
Now you've opened a bit of Pandora's love box.
Uh-oh.
And here's where, if you're going to play this game and you know nothing about Metal Gear, Paz, the story, you might want to click it off. We put up a Let's Play every day, youtube.com/kindafunnygames. Remember, June 6th, 4 p.m., right? Mm-hmm. No, June 3rd, 4 p.m.
Yes.
We're doing the thing here. All right, so now you're gone. This is your chance. So here's the thing. When I reviewed this game,
yes,
I put up an article of or a video of watch Big Boss have sex with an underage girl. Cause they say she's 16 or whatever, right?
Okay.
And some people were arguing, number one in the comments of well, no, that's this is in the 80s, the 70s, I forget when it is, and that, so the same rules don't apply, which is I don't know when statutory or anything I don't know anything about that. But then it had turned out that this is one of those crazy ass games where there was a secret ending. And so if you play through the secret ending, it turns out this whole schoolgirl shit, totally not legit. She's like a psychopath. She's a bad person. She's faking how old she is. She's much older. So that was their way around getting around the fact that.
Well, they're also in Costa Rica.
Right. Exactly. No. Again, that's the whole thing. It's like when you go to Mexico on spring break. You don't know. How old does that boy need to be? I don't know. I don't even speak Spanish.
Yeah. I mean, I'd Wikipedia things before.
This is before then. What's he gonna do? He's gonna.
I've never brought a girl into a box without at least checking her ID.
This is a different time and age. You're not even part.
Oh. What just happened?
I touched her boob. She hit me in the face.
But you kind of
Well, that's how he CQC fights.
I mean. And then she just stands there
Well, yeah, she's gonna give me, and now I get the love box out or whatever.
I mean, this just seems wrong.
Well, you know what, man? I don't know what you want me to say. I didn't make the game.
So you just pull out the love box now. You just touched her boob, and now she's just gonna be like, well.
Room for one more?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get in the freaking nasty ass ocean water.
And I forget what I forget.
This is comfortable for everyone.
Did
you hear the news story yesterday that out in Florida, I think, some couple got arrested for having sex on a beach?
No.
10 years in prison.
Damn.
10 years in prison for having sex on a beach, and they're being used as an example.
That won't be upheld, says Colin.
She was really, really attractive.
And you saw the swimsuit outfit. I think if I bring the swimsuit outfit, something else happens too. You want to look at that real quick before we go?
Let's do it.
All right, then we'll get off of this. But this is the thing of and this is there's the Monster Hunter missions in there. There's all these other, then you get the secret endings. There's so much to do in this game. There's so much to do, and that's the thing. You could do as much as you want. I could have jumped right to mission select. I'm way out of practice, but so much to do in this game. Tim. You got to give it a shot, Tim.
One day.
Well, the book club is coming up pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Ren. Hamster. Without the P.
Yeah, that was the guy. I remember. I was like, I just need to equip somebody to go on this mission.
Oh, it was Gerbil.
You don't know. You're just trying to. No.
There was a gerbil.
Yes, there was a gerbil.
I've been waiting for you guys to finish for what seems like 45 minutes. I just want my PlayStation 4. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
you,
okay.
You can do
We
that.
need to do longer Let's Plays. We do a longer Let's Play. Kid yells at us.
Yeah.
You know what
Things
I mean?
happen, you know?
Jeez, Louise.
I mean, I'm just saying there's a saying that we got.
Bob Dole.
Yeah, Bob Dole. Bob Dole wants to see Paz in her underwear.
Oh, I do. I mean, what? I'm not sure how these rules work, Greg.
Right.
But
She's not really underage.
Okay, you're right.
And
you're
you
right.
know the truth now.
And she's also a fictional character.
Also true.
But if she was in Costa Rica and I'm in America,
I think it's like, I believe it's like phone tapping. Where is it like, it's like one party state. Oh, see, no, she's not. No. I forget how. There's a way to. I'm not gonna look it up. You can play for the book club. You can look it up and get her in her underwear too.
well, it's not underwear. It's a bathing suit. There's a
I think hers were underwear though.
Why are you doing like that?
Why are you doing like that? We can stop there, Greg. That made me real happy. This is weird. I'm not into this.
Wait, what?
This is not okay.
Can you please stop that?
But consent, Greg. You just
I
broke
didn't do
her little heart.
anything. Don't make it weird.
No means no. She said no. She's really not comfortable with this.
I'm sorry. For a new Let's Play each and every day here, come to youtube.com/kindafunnygames. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you. Join the book club. Play Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. It's awesome.